Life goes on, even when you think it can't, even when you don't especially want it to. Jan Strand. Life goes on, and one should look ahead and not backward. Sonali Bendre. Life goes on, people move on, but God remains on your side. Gift Gugu Mona. Keep moving forward. Walt Disney. As life goes on, the more you allow any negativity to consume your thoughts, the less room you have for positivity to enter them. Demi Lovato. The longer your life goes on, the more death you face. Patrick Swayze. Cry. Forgive. Learn. Move on. Let your tears water the seeds of your future happiness. Steve Maraboli. Mistakes happen and life goes on. Saurav Ganguly. One thing always sure. Life goes on with you or without you, no matter how much you have seen. Lolita Tatamy. Things change. Stuff happens. Life goes on. Elizabeth Scott. Regardless of how it goes down, life goes on. Rick Ross. Accept yourself, love yourself, and keep moving forward. If you want to fly, you have to give up what weighs you down. Roy T. Bennett. I'll be strong, I'll be wrong, oh, but life goes on. Oh, I'm just a girl trying to find a place in this world. Taylor Swift. Life is like the waves on the ocean, it keeps going. Anonymous. Of all things, this was the saddest, that life goes on. If one leaves one's lover, life should stop for him. And if one disappears from the world, then the world should stop too. And it never did. And that was the real reason for most people getting up in the morning. Not because it would matter, but because it wouldn't. Truman Capote. You can't stop living just because it hurts. Life goes on and so should you. Anonymous. There's no time for regrets. You've just got to keep moving forward. Mike McCready. People change and things go wrong, but just remember life goes on. Mac Miller. In 3 words, I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on. Robert Frost. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Albert Einstein. Remember, whether you choose to move on or stay stuck in the past, life goes on. Billy Cox. Even though we have been hurt, we must find a way to get through it. Life goes on whether we want it to or not. The world keeps turning no matter how bad we feel. This is why we have to learn how to bounce back and keep moving forward. Rashida Rowe. You can't keep blaming somebody else for your dysfunction. Life is really about moving on. Oprah Winfrey. God gave us rain to remind us that life will not always be sunny, but it will keep going on. Anonymous. When you lose what you love, remember to stay strong. Look out the window and remember life goes on. Drew Chadwick. You carry on no matter what are the obstacles. You simply refuse to give up. And when the going gets tough, you get tougher. And you win. Vince Lombardi. Note to self. Nobody is worth stressing over. Move on, leave people behind, and go find yourself. The world is your. Life goes on. Anonymous. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Martin Luther King Jr. To help yourself, you must be yourself. Be the best that you can be. When you make a mistake, learn from it. Pick yourself up and move on. Dave Plazer. Don't forget you're simply human. It's okay to have a meltdown, just don't unpack and live there. Cry it out and then refocus on where you are headed. Life goes on. Anonymous. Sometimes you're flush and sometimes you're bust, and when you're up, it's never as good as it seems, and when you're down, you never think you'll be up again, but life goes on. George Jung.